Hi folks, we hope you'll enjoy the upcoming answers to this hot question. What were the sexual education disaster stories from your school? When we were in 8th grade we had the sex ed teacher come in and talk to us. She showed a picture of a normal penis, like one of those see-through pictures that explained each part. Well, in that it showed the balls. The teacher explained what they do and why you need them to impregnate a woman. She asked if there is any questions. Suddenly my friend Alex raises his hand and asks, let's say that a boy only has one ball, could I still have kids? And that's how we all found out Alex only had one ball. Poor ducking Alex, did he at least get his answer? The teacher set a dildo directly on the desk of the girl in front of me, and she bursted out crying and left the room. I believe that's called PTSD. Yeah, it was really sad. The separated boys and girls. The teacher for the boys let us do open Q&A anonymously on index cards we put in a box, and he would answer them out loud. He spent most of the time going through them in front of everyone going, not gonna read that one. Not gonna read that one. Ew, come on guys. If woman has starch masks on body, does that mean she has been pregnant before? Not exactly sexed, because I had to go to a Catholic school. But all of us boys got banned less than 5 minutes into our puberty talk because 2 kids joked about a poorly drawn diagram of a penis. We were told we were gonna have the presentation at a later date. Never did. I think they were just looking for an excuse. I don't know what they expected. The only sex education that we got in my school was a 2-week course during our biology class. I lived in a pretty conservative part of Texas growing up, so our sex education was basically just about abstinence and a few of the really gross STD pictures. Our biology professor showed us a live birth every year. The worst part is that it was a video of her giving birth to her son. I never want to think about my teacher's hua, especially while giving birth. Somebody asked how 2 women can have sex. The 60-year-old female health teacher told us that vaginal fisting is the standard method, complete with a demonstration for how to perform fisting. I have never once fisted a vagina. I must be doing lesbian sex incorrectly. Someone link me better examples. This was in the late 90s in public middle school. The school held an assembly and brought in a group of these weird bodybuilders talking about sex and God. One of them tried and failed to rip a phone book in half. I don't remember much about it except they took a volleyball net and stretched it out so the holes got really big and said something to the effect of, "This is a condom." Imagine how easy it would be to throw a volleyball through that net. Not hard, right? Well, condoms are made to protect sperm from passing through, but the AIDS virus is much smaller than sperm, and just like a volleyball through this stretch out net, it can get through much easier. Very young female health teacher with long fake nails extremely flustered while demonstrating putting a condom on something dick-shaped from the sculpture studio, Arts High School. After a few tries with us laughing, she goes, "Come on, y'all know how to do this." Pregnant girl pipes up, "Miss, I clearly do not." At my school the teacher talked about anal sex to preserve virginity, and anal stimulation in men. Now I realize she was really open to a lot. As if God, the Almighty, all-knowing, all-powerful creator of everything, looks down to see Debbie taking her umpteenth cock up the butt and thinks, "Drat, another one who outsmarted me." I remember in year 10 some people came to our school for sex ed. They put the boys in a separate classroom and then talked about how to use feminine hygiene products for an hour. To a room of 15 to 16-year-old girls. I later learned from my friends that to the boys they talked about nocturnal emissions. Great job, whichever organization that was. Catholic school was a trip. In 9th grade, they separated all the guys and girls in our year for sex ed. The guys got your typical Catholic school-esque sex talk about abstinence and going blind if you masturbate, while us girls got to go grocery shopping and bake cookies for the boys. We never did get a sex talk, and the next year, 4 girls got pregnant. A kid asked what popping a cherry was, and the teacher, who was a big burly idiot of a guy, bluntly said, "When women lose their virginity, they bleed all over the bed, and cherries are red." Absolutely mortified expressions washed over the face of every girl in the class, and I vaguely remember one girl saying, "Not happening." Apparently some of them complained to their parents, and the next day he had to clarify, but with the most sarcastic "only some of them do" explanation. My mom was on the PTA at the time, said some of the parents lost their poop. Another time, one kid asked why his balls hurt when he squeezed them, and he said, "Because you're squeezing them, don't do that." The sex ed teacher had a bag full of goodies, as she put it. I pulled out a dildo and some kid said, "OMG, what it that I swear I've seen one of those in my house." That's so weird. TF did she want you to do with it? Class, does this smell weird to you? We were about 15-16 yo, and our tutor, that weird chemistry teacher with jokes that aren't funny, came in the morning to our class, gave out condoms. Started telling all about it, and then he opens a briefcase and puts a dildo on a front desk. The guy who was sitting there, Ukrainian and slightly homophobic, literally flew away to the back of the classroom on his chair. That's kinda hilarious and also tragic as hell. Once in 7th grade, a girl asked if you could get pregnant by a screwdriver. I think about that girl a lot. Well, can you? I found a rusty toolkit in my basement and I don't think I can afford child support. They simply decided to stop teaching sex ed my year. No explanation. Once we even asked the health teacher, hey, are we ever going to get sex ed? And she goes, do you guys really want to learn your vaginas and all that? Yes, we did. On a totally unrelated note, we had greater than 6 student pregnancies in my last couple years of high school, and almost 10 more before the kids in my class turned 20. Wild how that happens. We weren't allowed to have sex ed because the school is in Texas. You couldn't swing a backpack without hitting a pregnant girl. One of the girls I graduated with was pregnant with baby number 2 at graduation. Dude, same. But I live in Massachusetts. How do schools get away with this? In 10th grade, our health teacher asked for volunteers to demonstrate putting a condom onto a banana. Weirdly, she asked one student to put the condom onto the banana and another kid to awkwardly stand there holding the banana erect. The 2 guys who volunteered were best friends. One of them was very popular and the other one was a bit of hanger-on. People used to speculate that he had a thing for his popular best friend, although that was probably just teenagers being gossips. When the 2 of them stood up to do the demo, people whispered to each other and laughed a little bit, probably because of this rumor. The popular kid was the one holding the banana erection and the hanger-on was the one demoing the condom. When the chuckles started, the popular kid began to blush, which of course made the whole experience feel more intimate. Suddenly it's a classroom of 10th graders watching a maybe besotted hanger-on intimately handle his best friend's banana. As the hanger-on began rolling the condom down the tip of the banana, the popular kid, grimacing with embarrassment, squeezed the base of the banana a little too hard, and the banana burst. The peel split on the sides of the banana. The mushy fruit spurted out. The banana had prematurely ejaculated. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.